Yo ratbags, it's Jade. Welcome to a special access show today, taking a look at everything to do with Cyberpunk 2077 and CG Projekt Red. What's happening with this game? Are the brand new leak or rumours going around that the game will be releasing later on this year substantial? I'm going to be showing you probably the biggest evidence yet that the game will be coming at some point in fall this year. They're obviously going to be showcasing, highlighting a lot of stuff at E3 as they tweeted out recently, only a couple of weeks ago, and of course they've been highlighting and detailing more images of the gameplay in a brand new trailer that went up on the PlayStation Network. Also going to be talking about the fact that Cyberpunk 2077 won't have any exclusivity with any particular storefront. It's a hot topic at the moment. Lots of people are still unhappy with the way Epic have gone about things and game publishers putting their games directly only on the Epic Store. Well, it looks like Cyberpunk will not be going down that route. So we're going to be examining that, and we're also going to be examining why they need to release Cyberpunk later on this year. Believe it or not, CG Projekt Red could be facing money issues. So, if you find this video informational, make sure you like it, come and join my Discord and keep up to date with me, game news and all the other stuff I cover by making sure you've got notifications turned on. Let's roll. So let's start with the brand new leak rumour that it will be releasing this year. It all comes from Territory Studio that have been working with the Cyberpunk developers CG Projekt Red, basically working on their title cards. I.e. the logo and identity stuff that's going to be going on the fonts. Everything that's kind of related to Cyberpunk has been helped along by this agency. They recently put this out. An ambitious open world role-playing game, Territory came on board Cyberpunk's 2077 to support brand and marketing with a logo, ident and graphics package. Working closely with CG Projekt, we reference a retro punk aesthetic that alludes to the attitude and energy of the game. Unveiled at E3 2018, we look forward to a 2019 release. Now this was put out on their official website and then quickly taken down. Now it is true Territory Studio have indeed been working with CG Projekt Red, but of course we're not unknown to give maybe some other smaller studios the wrong information or just give them a sense of urgency because we want the work completed. I imagine that may be CG Projekt Red's thinking if the game isn't actually going to be coming out this year. But there is a lot of reasons why they probably need the game to come out this year. One of them reasons may be how much money it's costing to pay Lady Gaga to make an appearance. Now this is just a little bit of silly news, but yeah, apparently Lady Gaga is going to be in the game. She's been seen in the CG Projekt Red studios, and I'm guessing she's going to be doing some sort of song routine in a club. Maybe she's just acting, who knows. Cyberpunk 2077 on Twitter has also been retweeting some tweets from Lady Gaga from 6-7 years ago. So there we go, Lady Gaga's going to be appearing. That's going to cost a pretty penny, but that really isn't the whole reason why they may need to release this year. It's down to their actual game store. If you're a big follower of game news, you may have remember seen something about Activision basically firing a whole host of people, 800 or so, while announcing making record profits. Well, they weren't the only ones that announced they were letting go of some people. GOG, the basically games website where you can sell older style games that are maybe no longer worked as much, announced it let go of around 12 or 13 people last month. Now, according to the sources at GOG, they said it wasn't really a big deal, it's just a case of simply re-evaluating and streamlining their business. But it does look like GOG's revenue has had a bit of a dip. I'm not really going to go into this too much because I find it quite boring, but you can see clearly CG Projekt Red over the years have really came and just smashed things in 2015. Obviously with the release of Witcher 3, they made record profits for the company. And since then it's maybe slipped a little bit, but it's still making good amounts of money. And it was only the first half of last year that they were still reporting making a fairly decent amount of money considering they haven't had any real big new releases. And despite their Witcher 3 card game spin-off, Thronebreaker actually getting some decent scores on Metacritic and user scores, it really didn't set the world alight in terms of sales. Lots of industry analysts are pointing towards this factor, and GOG, the game site, not performing well, really pointing they need Cyberpunk 2077 to come out this year. According to former employees, the company really is in some sort of financial trouble. Now, bear in mind, the Good Old Games or the GOG site really is separate from the Witcher series and the development that goes on there, but they are of course all owned by the same company. So it stands to reason that if GOG is losing money, they may have had to have used some of the profits from The Witcher 3 and its DLC, or even in fact Thronebreaker. Now these reports do point to the fact that it's just GOG that is supposedly being close to not making any money and is in fact losing money rather than the whole company, but I do think it must have a knock-on effect. GOG basically sell new games as well as older ones that have managed to get code for and repackaged it with the blessing of the game devs. It's not really a direct competitor to other game stores because they do focus on long lost titles or older titles. So with the launch of the Epic Game Store being much more competition, I don't see how that would have really affected GOG. But maybe possibly people just aren't looking to buy older games, or the new ones that are being put on store are certainly maybe more competitively priced on other stores. Which makes it interesting that they have stated before, just like with the Witcher series, they would not be selling Cyberpunk 27 on any exclusive storefront. So Steam users can breathe a sigh of relief. You will be able to buy the game on Steam, you'll be able to buy it on the probably Epic Game Store, as well as buy it on the GOG store. This is what they did with The Witcher, and it does look like they're going to be doing exactly the same thing. The only real positive for selling it through their own store is that all their games are completely DRM free. You never have to be online and you never have to connect once in a while even. Steam can play offline, but you do need to connect your account at some point. And many people are critical of Epic Game Store at the moment for having a always online functionality. So can we really expect it to come out this year? Do they absolutely need it to come out to help and shore up their other companies? Many took lots of elements from the PS4 trailer that went live recently, particularly towards the end where they said Cyberpunk will come when it's ready, meaning that we may possibly not see it at all this year. But with it revealing itself again at E3, this will be 2 years in a row we've had some sort of presentation, and the fact they're already releasing more content and trailers on storefronts like the PSN network. I really do think the rumour spread by that store making a logo is true. We will see Cyberpunk released this year. Let me know what you think about Cyberpunk 2077. How hyped are you for this one? The Witcher 3 undoubtedly is a great game. I've never managed to get too far into it though. It's something I always want to find time to get back into. And I certainly love the Cyberpunk aesthetic. Deus Ex is probably one of my favourite games from the 360 generation. But it's worrying times if they do feel they need to rush it out or get it out this year to help with their money flow situation. Does this mean Cyberpunk's going to be ready? Of course, Cyberpunk has been teased for many years now. And with little to no information coming until last year's presentation, development on Cyberpunk 2077 hasn't reportedly gone down that well either. There's been many hiccups switching from third person to first person gameplay, as well as some turnarounds in staff leaving and going. The company reportedly have over 400 people working on Cyberpunk 2077, and in the past they have been accused of crunch practices and maybe a little bit going OTT on staff doing extra long hours to get the game done. They've defended this in the past with accusations and said that their team is really passionate about their games and they shouldn't be viewed like other people, that they don't force anyone to do crunch hours, but it's just par for the course when people are so passionate about their project. Simply having that amount of staff for a project that's been going for what, 4 years or so, big long time since their last big hit as well, really does signal to me they are probably running out of money now. That might sound a bit crazy as they've sold over 33 million copies of the whole Witcher series over the last 10 years, but nevertheless companies can't just rely on that one big game. They do need to keep sustaining, and with production values going up every year for every big AAA game, it's not surprising they probably need some extra money. There have been some good manoeuvres depending on how you look at it as well with the development of Cyberpunk. The lead writer of the game recently changed jobs and has gone to work for Blizzard Entertainment. So that means to me that the principal writing of the game is complete, as well as any future DLC. Obviously they wouldn't want to lose the writer if they were still going to be working on it for a substantial amount of time. Recently The Witcher 3 game designer has just become Cyberpunk 2077's design director, basically in charge of overall concept for the game, so it's a bit of promotion. That bodes really good news for the full game. So it really could be a case this game is going to be coming this fall. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Did you manage to complete the Witcher 3 series? And what do you think about Lady Gaga being in Cyberpunk 2077? I'm going to keep you up to date with the biggest news info as well as indie game info. Make sure you're liking this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to have notifications turned on. So there we go. I'm done. I'll see you guys later.